Excuse me.
Hi, I'm Laura Kenna. I'm the one they flooded the house.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Janice. I'm the one that you spoke to earlier.
Okay, no, you haven't called me back yet.
I just got off the phone with Sedgwick. So Sedgwick, he had to transfer me to the adjuster, and then the adjuster had to go to the supervisor. So the supervisor is now trying to get a hold of the MDO to set up another pickup date. So I cannot do anything with the unit until Sedgwick actually looks at it. So Sedgwick is the one that set up the delivery date to be picked up for today. And then whatever happened with the delivery, he's looking into that because it didn't get picked up.
They're destroying my house right now. You understand that? Between the walls and the water going through, and I can't move it. I can't get anything done.
Correct.
And it
So that's why he was
nobody's
trying to-
handling anything. That's been 2 weeks.
So we're in the process. So now with there being a Sedgwick claim, I cannot go outside of that process. There is nothing that I can do, even me being a manager, my store manager, nobody.
But
Once
I
there
talked
is-
to them this morning.
Who did you talk to?
Sedgwick.
Okay.
I've been talking to them.
Okay.
To Brittany. She said they weren't holding up this delivery at all.
It's not Sedgwick that's holding them to delivery.
Who is?
It was the MDO. So the MDO is who delivers all of our appliances. They're the ones that have to pick it up. So because there, I guess, was an issue with Sedgwick coming out to your house and looking at it, they have to have an LG service tech certified come out and look at the unit.
And I said, no, I'm not letting them in to get it
Correct.
out.
So that's where the issue kind of started. So they have to figure out how to get the unit. It can't come here because the LG techs won't come here to service it. That has to go back to the MDO, or they have to service it at your house. So it's those two options.
Nobody's coming in my house and this washer's getting out.
Okay, correct.
Okay? So I'm not dealing with anybody there.
Okay.
This is not my issue. This
Okay.
is y'all please needing to get the washer out
Okay,
of
so
my
like
house.
I said, with the
That's all.
process, I cannot get it out. I can't do anything.
Then
Sedgwick
drop
has
the
to get-
process and
I cannot. I've already
somebody's
gone
got to
above
get
me.
this out of
Okay,
my
correct.
house.
And what I'm telling you is that we will. Sedgwick is already aware. His supervisor is aware of the situation, and supervisors reaching out to the MDO so that way they can get somebody to go out there to go pick it up.
I am
I
not
can't do anything.
functional.
Okay, I
I'm
can't
in
do
the
anything
medical
outside of that
field.
realm.
I can't use anything. I can't wash anything. I
Okay.
can't handle anything. I've been tied up. I've taken off work.
Correct.
This can't keep happening. Why? I don't understand. I called within 20 minutes to get that washer out of there, within 20 minutes of that delivery. And they brought the guy back, he videotapes, and he leaves.
I'm not sure what happened with that process. I mean,
I know what
that's not my
happened.
worker, so.
You,
I mean, like
you
I said, I
guys
wasn't
send an
there.
issue, an injured who's bleeding from an earlier job coming out to my house, bleeding all over the house.
Okay.
And it's sitting there delivered, and y'all send him back out, and he just videotapes it as my house is all flooding, and just leaves it. I'm like, you can't leave me like this.
Okay.
You can't leave with the house flooding. Oh, not my problem. Out the door.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm not sure who that worker is. We are not tied with them. They're the delivery company that deals with all the appliances. So, I'm sorry that happened, but
But it's
I have
Home
no control over
Depot's
those.
responsibility
Correct, but we're
to
two
get this
separate
washer
entities.
out of my house.
Correct. And we're doing everything that we can, but without them being able to come out, that's the process. They have to look at the unit. They have to get an LG service tech to go out there. He has to be service certified.
Nobody's coming in my
Okay,
house.
and
Just
that-
get the
I
washer
completely
out of my
understand what you're
house.
saying. So again, what I'm telling you, the process, since they cannot go into your house, they have to get the MDO now to go pick it up. Whatever happened with the delivery today, the supervisor from Sedgwick is getting in contact with them because I have no control over the situation anymore because it's in Sedgwick's hands.
So they're gonna right now make me go file a police report
And if that's what you're
against.
gonna do,
I'm gonna have to.
Okay, so
I'm
then
not
we're gonna be
getting
done with
on
this
that.
conversation, and you
Not
can go
with
ahead and
you.
go handle.
I've gotta file
No,
it
ma'am.
with
If you're
them.
filing it, that's it's my company. So when
It's
there's
not your company.
correct,
It's the
ma'am,
guy
Home
who
Depot.
left it.
But he works for Home Depot. So if there's any
So,
legal allegations
but
being
wait,
made,
hold on. You just told me they're a third-party contract.
it's still
and
Home
they
Depot. We're
don't
just two
work
separate
for
entities.
you.
I work inside the store. He works at a warehouse that has to do with the appliances.
But you a minute ago
We have
said you
no
had
idea.
nothing to do with it.
I have I have nothing to do with him personally. I'm not over him. I'm not in control of that side of the business. We're still all Home
But yet
Depot.
you can't do anything
No,
if
ma'am.
I go file a police report on him. You're trying to
wouldn't be
tell
on
me
him
two
personally.
separate things. You're trying to tell me
Okay.
two separate things.
Okay, so if you're going to file a police report, it would be not on that associate. He works for Home Depot, so then it would be a Home Depot thing because he was on the clock. He works.
So
for
what
us.
do you advise me to do after 2 weeks of this in my house?
We're trying to get Sedgwick is trying to deal with it.
But why wasn't it handled this morning?
They can't, like I said, they canceled that delivery. The MDO did for whatever happened in that conversation with you guys. I'm not sure if the time frame didn't work out, but it did show that it was canceled.
I already had all this set up. The
Correct.
deal is I already had all
And
this
they
set
called
up
you yesterday
2
to let
weeks
you know
ago.
about the time frame, correct?
Yeah, they did, and I couldn't do it. I already had it set 2 weeks ago. They come in the morning to get this out of here.
Okay, so did they ever tell you that they were coming in the morning,
No.
or that's what you just requested?
Yeah, I requested
Okay,
it.
so they don't do time frames. So like I told you on the phone, the MDO does not do time frames for deliveries, not even for when we drop off a
I have been home at night, the day they didn't come out and get it, and now today, and they should, and the supervisor on the phone told me, okay, it will be picked up in the morning. She told me that.
I'm not sure who that is. I'm not sure who you spoke to, if it was part of Sedgwick or the MDO. But they had in there that it was a 4-hour time frame. They didn't put what time that time frame was. They just put that there was a 4-hour time frame and then it got canceled.
I'm gonna try to get this thing set outside my house then.
Okay? And I don't know what that's going to do with Sedgwick and that claim. So I'm just letting you know that now. Because they're going to have
You
somebody
can't-
come pick it
what
up.
am my house is being destroyed. We are on video. My house is being destroyed right
And that's
now.
completely fine.
And I want to know why. I want to know why nobody's come and got this in 2 weeks.
But we have, like I said, they have tried to come out and do a service call. And when they would have went out, when Sedgwick would have went out to do that service call and have their LG
No,
guy
that
go look at
wasn't
it.
the deal. There was no deal like that. It was set up with Anthony to come out on the 1st. I was here 5 hours.
And it was scheduled, but that was not just with Anthony. That was with Sedgwick.
No,
That
it
was,
wasn't.
Yes, ma'am. When we look in the notes, that was all with.
That was never with them.
Yes, ma'am. He got in touch with Sedgwick, and then he called you and let you know.
The
what was going on.
delivery, the pickup of the washer
Correct,
was
ma'am.
never with Sedgwick.
Yes, ma'am. I looked through the whole notes, and I talked to Anthony myself.
Then we need to have a 3-way with Anthony.
No, ma'am. He's not here today. So
Because that wasn't the deal. I mean, I told them outright, I'm not going through this again. I'm not having anybody else come out. I just
Okay.
want it out.
okay, correct. And like I said, we can have.
But I called within 20 minutes and told them to come get it out of here.
Okay. And I'm not sure. Like I said, I was not a part of that process when you called.
Then drop the claim and I'll handle
And once
stuff.
it's already done, it's done. I can't go back and drop a claim. Cedric's already involved. The supervisor knows, so it's already higher up. So I can't do anything with it. It's
They
out of my
can't
hands.
lead me with this. They can't
And they're not trying
lead
to
me
lead
in
you
a
with it. We just need,
non-functional
they
house.
just need you to, we just need to get on the same page and cooperate with each other so that way they can get somebody to
I've
go
been
pick it up.
cooperating 2 weeks.
Okay, and they need somebody to go pick it up and then take it back to the MDO to where they can have them service it there since they can't come service it at your house.
So why did they not pick it up?
I
today?
don't understand.
I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure. Once again, I'm not sure what happened
You're saying
between
the
that
same
conversation.
thing.
I've taken
Doesn't
off
make
work
sense.
again.
Exactly, I'm saying the same
let
thing
me
over
handle
and
it.
over
I've
again.
taken this off work already twice. And they should have handled me. They should not have been telling me last night that they would be picking it up this morning. The supervisor. Okay? I go and
Which
I
supervisor?
don't. Whoever is with, whoever called to schedule this, to schedule the time, talked to me again and said, oh, they'll be calling you back tonight. Yeah, they'll get there in the morning. That's when I made calls last night and said, hey, they never reached back out to me, ever. And so then they looked it up and they said, oh, no, the whole thing's been stopped by the insurance company. I said, no, they can't do that. Then I called insurance company this morning, I think after I talked to you, and they're like, no, we didn't do that. We didn't stop that. That's exactly what they told me.
Correct. The Sedgwick did not stop it. It was whatever happened with the MDO, what they called. I'm not sure what
But
happened,
I'm
like I
saying
said.
they've lied again. That makes 3 times.
Okay, and
That
I
they-
can't control what they tell
One-
you or what they're telling you. I don't know
But
who
it's
you're
Home
speaking
Depot.
to. Okay, correct,
When I
but I don't
called-
know who you're speaking to again. I'm not sure who you're in conversation with when you're calling them.
Well, it's got to be in records. And I know exactly what the delivery guy, for that delivery guy to put in your notes that I
He
said
doesn't
to.
put in notes. It's whoever you were talking to over the phone.
That is not true. Anthony read it back to us when we were here.
It's going to be the warehouse that is. It's not him personally that puts the notes in. It's the warehouse. So when he goes back, he tells them everything
But
that goes
he
on.
came out and got the video and reported back to the supervisor because
Okay.
we were there. He said, this makes 3 of that same model that just flooded 3 other people, okay?
Okay.
Go ask him. I'm not lying about it.
Okay.
And for him to put in the notes that I told him I would keep the washer, are you kidding me? It's in your notes.
Okay, I mean, like I said, I was not a part of this from the beginning. So whatever he said and whatever he put in his notes, I can't control that. I'm trying to help you on getting it out of your house, so that way they can go and look at it, so that way they can start that whole process. But that's the first part of the process.
This should have been out already. It's been 2 weeks.
Okay, I completely
Almost
understand
2 weeks.
what you're saying, but sometimes the pickups don't happen that quick. Sometimes pickups are pushed out just due to them already having pickups or having deliveries. It just depends on their schedule.
They can't do that. It was already confirmed with
Correct.
Anthony.
And like I said, I'm not sure. It has nothing to do with Anthony. He's the one that he got with Sedgwick. They were able to set up for the MDO to go back and pick it up, because usually the MDO does not go back and pick it up. So he has
Who's
to make
MDO? What's that?
That's the warehouse. That's who went and dropped off the appliance to begin with. It's the same people. They have to go back and pick it up because they cannot go out and service it at your home. So
But
now
they
need
didn't
to
pick
go
it up
back.
when they came back out the first time.
And I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why he didn't take it back with him. I can't speak on his behalf.
So they just leave me and destroy the house intentionally. That's why I'm trying to tell you. I mean, you're trying to tell me if you were me, you wouldn't do anything about it. You would
I'm
just
telling you,
tolerate?
that's not what I'm saying, ma'am. You can do whatever you feel like is necessary.
Well, you work here. What would you do?
It's whatever. I can't give you advice.
You
on
would
it. It's
let your
whatever
house
you
be
feel.
flooded and you go pay all this money to have, you haven't done anything and this is, and they're doing this? I'm not saying you have, I'm saying if you were me, it's all you did is come and pay them money and buy something. And that's the only, what are you, guilty of that? Are you guilty because you came and you bought a washer from y'all?
No, nobody's saying that you are. I completely understand. I mean, unfortunately, I'm sorry that happened to you and that it flooded your house and ruined your property.
But this makes 3, obviously. I heard the guy.
Okay, I mean, I'm not aware of it, so that's not something that was ever told to me. I'm not sure about that model. That's not something that was ever.
Well, it's got to be in the
informed of us.
recorded lines. It's got to be.
I'm not sure. I haven't. Like
And,
I said,
I know
don't
it's
do any of
recorded
that.
when I called in Home Depot the first time and said, hey, you come get this within the 20 minutes. And they said, oh, Home Depot didn't deliver it. I had to leave my house flooding, come up here to Anthony and Michael as that house was flooding, and they handled it at this point, saying, what do you mean they told us we didn't deliver it? So I'm getting 2 separate things. You're saying they represent you, but in the other case, you're saying they don't. I mean, it can't be both.
It can be. So we're one company. It's Home Depot. We have separate entities. We have separate
But you're
people
only
that
doing
do
it in
different
your
things.
favor. Like,
No, ma'am. I'm trying to take care of you, and the only thing I do now that it's claimed, like I said, is go through Sedgwick. So I've already partnered with Sedgwick. They've already sent it to their supervisor. It's the same gentleman that is on your case that has been. So he's trying to get
I need
him and his
his
supervisor.
information, please.
I don't have it.
Then how are you reaching him?
I just called their 1-800 number, the phone number that I have. to
What's
call
his
them.
name?
I didn't write it down, unfortunately. It's the same
Come
guy.
on.
They didn't. I didn't call him personally. They transferred me to him, so it was a 3-way call.
But you just told me you were in.
Yes, I was
in
talking
contact,
to him. So I called Sedgwick. Sedgwick sent me to the adjuster. I don't have that adjuster's information. It was a
You
3-way call.
didn't
He
write
contacted me.
any adjuster stuff down with all of this.
Not his name, no.
How do I find this?
You'd have to call Sedgwick and then ask Sedgwick who the adjuster is. That's how I got him. I don't have his personal information. I only have Sedgwick. Sedgwick had a partner with me because Sedgwick didn't know they needed to. I asked him for a time frame on when we could get you taken care of, and he didn't know. He said he had to go through the adjuster that was handling the case. So
Y'all
it went
can't
to
do
the
this to
adjuster.
people. Y'all just can't.
Okay.
This is. I've never. Why? I don't understand why this is happening. Why y'all are being so incompetent on.
Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I mean,
You
like
know
I said,
it's true.
It's
not
not.
do I
I've been
feel
trying my
that
best
way.
to take care of you since I found out about this morning. I haven't had anything to do with this issue prior to that. So I've done everything that I can to help you.
But
I'm telling you
listen
what we need
to
to
me.
do.
For your people to
Okay.
deliver that off and watch it flood and take a video
Okay.
and leave, you're telling me that's not incompetent?
I mean, that's how. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but I don't know that process. I don't know why he left it. I'm not sure.
And
I
for
wasn't
y'all
there.
to send out somebody, bleeding
That's
all
not
over
me
somebody's
personally.
house?
That's
See-
whatever happened
see?
on their end.
So it's not Home Depot, but it is.
No, I'm saying no, ma'am. That's not what I said. I said that's not me personally. He doesn't work for this store, so I don't know who he is. I'm not over him. I'm not his boss. We have nothing to do with each other. I
So
get a hold
when
of the
am I
MDO
going
and
to
those are
know?
service.
Because you said you were going to call me back earlier.
Okay, and I actually just got off the phone with him about 45
Okay,
minutes ago.
when am I going to know when my house can be functional again? When can this get out?
I'll have to call him back. He didn't have a time frame. He was getting with his supervisor, and his supervisor was already in touch with the MDO trying to see when they can schedule another pickup. But he didn't have anything for me at the time.
Don't make me come up here every day and do this.
Okay, and that's completely fine. I mean, we will contact you, but I'm letting you know that I'm getting the information from a third party, so I gotta wait till they have that information. It's not something that I'm setting up myself.
Okay, you guys, you heard.